All right, Rockstar. So today I want to show you a automation technique that we're using inside our businesses to get feedback. Customer feedback is so important. Today's algorithms are built through Google, through different techniques, through different social media around collecting feedback on your service, the product or service that you provide. And so today I want to show you automation techniques that we're using inside our businesses to collect feedback. And then not only collect them, but to prioritize them into happy or unhappy customers so that we can then later on, if we want to run promotional campaigns, if we want to retarget those customers, we can take out the unhappy and focus on the happy customers. If we have a B2C product that we're reselling. If you're a B2B customer, you can use these same automations. You just may not need to do it at scale. So if you are a B2B and you only have a few customers, this may not be for you. But if you are B2B and you have a lot of customers, or B2C, then this automation is something really cool for you. So let me share my screen, show you what we're doing, and take you through the steps of building your own automation through the platform that we use. So we use a platform called Go High Level. Now this is a platform that you can use, hang on, share screen. Okay, this is a platform that you can use directly with Go High Level. If you're not an agency, so we're an agency. If you're not an agency, then you may or may not be able to get a subscription. But if you reach out to us, we'll help you figure that out. Whether that's through us or someone else, it doesn't matter. But we'll help you figure out how to get your own Go High Level account set up. Go High Level is just basically think glorified monster CRM. So you can do your CRM, you can do your cold outreach, you can do your reviews, you can do your emailing, all this crazy stuff. It's just an unlimited amount of stuff you can do. And it's built for really any size business because the subscriptions are not that expensive. We're talking, I think, $400 to $500 a month. So not that expensive if you are doing some level of revenue that warrants that. Okay, so here's our template. Now, again, this is to allow us to collect reviews, right? And so what we want to do is we want to be able to provide a service to our customer, provide a product to our customer, deliver that product, and now we want to proactively ask for reviews. So I recently moved, and so one of the things we did, we hired movers to move us. They would use a service like this, or they could use a service like this to collect reviews and to then use that to promote their business on Google, on other social media campaigns. If you're a roofer, same thing. If you're providing any type of product or service, you want to know how you're doing. If nothing else, you want to know, did I have a happy customer? Can I get that referral? Can I use that on my social media accounts to promote my business? And so this is a great trigger. Automate that process if you don't have the staff to manually go and talk to every customer, collect feedback, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so here's where we are. We're on Go High Level. We're building a workflow, Smart Reports template to collect those feedback. So, all right, so number one, we got add a new trigger. We're going to come back to this, but let me show you briefly what it looks like. So in our workflow triggers, you can have birthday reminders, contact change, update your, anything you want. I mean, there's just so much. Call status, if you have a appointment status, if you have an opportunity status change, anything in your pipeline as you're building this funnel. So remember, funnel is pipeline coming in the top. We then move them down to mid funnel. Those are people that we're trying to nurture. And then we have deliver at the bottom. So we want to attract at the top of the funnel, nurture in the middle of the funnel, deliver at the bottom of the funnel. And so these are some of the triggers that allow us to then reach out to those customers who we've already put in this database, right? And there's automated ways to do that, and we'll cover all that differently. So we want to add a trigger. We're going to come back to that at the end. Then we're going to wait some period of time. Let's say that we deliver on a Monday, our product, our solution, our service. We're going to put in here a trigger to say, okay, that order has been delivered in our system. We're going to do that through Go High Level. Then we're going to wait a day, an hour, a week, whatever you think is appropriate for your business. And we're going to build that trigger in here. And you basically are doing that by clicking this plus. You're going to add in the wait, and then you build it out. I don't want to mess this up because, so then we're going to come down here to feedback request. All right. So we've added the feedback request in. We're going to say feedback request, SMS, could be email, could be phone call, whatever you choose. This is your opportunity to add feedback requests. So we're going to choose SMS, right? We've got their phone number. We've delivered. We're going to see what they do. All right. So then we're going to come down here. We're going to say, hey, contact's first name. Remember, we're automating this. So we don't want to be manually doing this work. we're automating this so that it can be done through our computer, through a system, through an automation technique. All right, so hey, contact name. Hey, Andy, for example. This is company name this is Joe with Frank's Plumbing Company. Just wanted to ask how your experience with our team went. Would you rate us 1 through 5? Hey, Jane, this is Frank at the manufacturing company. Just wanted to see how your experience with our team went. Would you rate us 1 through 5? And this is it. And you say save action. Now you come down and you build in another wait campaign. Now you do this because automation is going to act like a robot and fire through all these things if we don't do it with step-by-step processes. So you add in a wait. Now this one particular one, we're going to say send an SMS, and we're going to wait for that action to happen. Okay. Now we're going to add in some conditions, because now's where we want to start to segment our customer base into happy and unhappy. Because there's some rules around how you do this, right? Like Google has, I forget exactly how you call it, but it's rules around you can't go and ask for feedback prior to getting a rating, because now you're technically violating the rules, because you're only asking for reviews from people who like you, who have preferred your service, who appreciate what you've delivered. You can't do that. That gets you into the hot water of the Google algorithm, and you have to be willing to first say, will you rate us? Then give us a review. So it's a nuanced factor that there's some cool cats that talk about this stuff, and we can learn more about this in another video. But just know that you have to ask for the review first, then rating first, then the review. I don't want to only collect reviews from people who love me. I want to collect reviews from everyone and then get their feedback. So we want to be able to bucket that. So how do we do that? Well, we add this condition statement. If you click this condition, all right, we want to build low feedback, high feedback, traditional, and high feedback update. So let's go through this in a little more nuanced and specific way. Let's double click on this. Low feedback. So a reply to an SMS in a low feedback might be a 1, a 2, a 3. Okay, so remember we said 1 to 5. We're now letting them rate themselves. We're letting them rate us 1, 2, or 3. But we also want to put in here 1 spelled out, 2 spelled out, and 3 spelled out. You never know how these people are going to do it. If they put something else in there, if it's wacko, they do something different, that's fine. But we're trying to capture 1, 2, and 3, and then written out 1, 2, and 3. And these would be bad. Now you may think 3 is a good rating. We're going strictly for 7-star service in all of our business. We want to deliver the best of the best. And so if we're going to do that, we've got to have good ratings. We've got to have satisfied customers. We've got to have people who are happy with our service or product. So we want the top of the top. Now, some people will give a 4 because they're just not optimistic. They're just a 4 for they think 5 is just like beyond the moon. And so 4s we consider to be good ratings. Okay, so now high feedback traditional. 4, 5, 4, 5 again. Written out. And then updated 4, 5, 4, 5. We're going to bucket these two in. Okay, so now we've got basically 3 branches of the tree, right? And then we put when none of the conditions are met, so they just didn't respond or they wrote something goofy, they're going to come over here to this bucket. They're going to be captured in that bucket. That allows us to put our manual eyes on it. Because remember, when we talk about tech, automation, and even AI, we are using technology automation tools to take out the human steps required to do this work. So this work would take us hours to do if we were doing it manually. If we're able to automate this, we're able to save tons of time. We're able to scale our businesses faster, and we're able to do more working on the business as opposed to working in the business. That's the whole point of all of this. We're going to have a clear competitive advantage as businesses, as leaders, as owners and founders and entrepreneurs if we are able to put automation in our business. And this is just one very simple tool. There are so many more. And I'm repping the Unisports because that's the automation agency that I co-founded to help do that, because I think that's the wave of the future for small and medium-sized businesses. So back to this, low feedback. If they provide a 1, 2, or 3, we're going to build in a workflow here. Again, plus, we're going to attempt to remedy. We're going to send them a message. I'm so sorry to hear your expectations wasn't as great as it could have been. You can always leave a review online, but we still want to make it right if we can. This is our chance. Is there anything we can do? This is our chance to go and make that situation right before they leave a review on our website, all right? Or on our Google platform or on our social media accounts. We want to proactively, again, hey, Mr. Customer, how was our product or service? It wasn't very good. It was a 1, 2, or 3. All right, cool. What can we do to make that better? This is our chance to be proactive, to give that customer a 7-star experience, even though the first initial touch point wasn't good, right? So that's what this workflow is built into. Now, remember, no humans have touched this yet. And then if it still goes through, we want to add an unhappy tag. So this is the purpose of this unhappy tag, is simply to say, categorize, oh, sorry, I hit the microphone. Categorize this customer into another bucket. This is the case we want to cross promotional, reach out again. We want to know ahead of time, warning, this was an unhappy customer. So know that when you go into that phone call or that next action, if you want to try to upsell, resell that customer in the future. Because remember, we're trying to attract our customer, nurture, convert, deliver, and then in the future, upsell, resell, because that's the quickest way to scale our businesses. Okay. Now, what if we get a 4 or 5? All right, here we go. We sent the review request. Now, what does this mean? We sent the review request to them to say, hey, please give us a review now. You've liked our service. You've rated it well. Please give us a review. This is all trying to be proactive to build up our customers, because if we're not asking for reviews, most customers aren't going to do it. Like, I go get my hair cut every 2 weeks, and I went yesterday, and they love Google reviews. They thrive on it. It's one of these super cut places. But nobody's doing it unless you just ask them to do it. If you ask them, people will do. People got to be led to the fountain to be told to drink. All right, so then we're going to come down here. We're going to modify our engagement score. We're going to add 5 points. And we're going to add a tag, happy. And we're going to wait. And then we're going to request for UGC. I appreciate the positive review you left. Would you mind if I share your experience so I can find more customers like you? Haha, we're asking for a referral. It's so powerful. B2C, B2B, so powerful. All right, now in our updated one, it's in SMS. Love to hear that. If it's not too much trouble, would you take 41 seconds to leave us a review? Something cutesy specific in your voice that creates a willingness, a desire to do this. Now we're going to modify that engagement score. We're going to give them 5 points. This is our internal ranking. We're going to add a happy tag. We're going to come down here, we're going to wait, and we're going to request for, I appreciate the review you left. If you don't mind if I shared your experience. So we're going to say, if they are a 4 or 5, would you leave us a request? Then, let me talk about the difference between traditional and updated. Traditional is they give us a 4 or 5. We then say, all right, cool. Will you leave us a review after we add the tag and after we categorize them? The updated is we send them an SMS and say, I'd love to hear that. Would you take 41 seconds to leave us a review? Here's our trigger link. That's our Google link or wherever you want that review sent. And then you come down here and you ask, can I share your experience? So remember, we're saying, will you rate us? That's to the masses. If you get a low score, we want to try to rectify that. And we want to categorize that as unhappy until we can move them to a happy. If they give us a 4 or 5 star service, we want to then be able to say, okay, great. Let me stop sharing. We want to be able to say, great. You've given us a 4 or 5 customer service rating. Nowadays, I encourage, and what we're doing in our businesses, and I encourage you to do this, is can you give us a rating? Right? Here's the link. You've got to put everything right in front of the customer. Here's the link. Cool. Now, can I share your experience? So the traditional way was, got a good rating? Can I share your experience? People put this on their websites and their social media and all that. We want to add a step. Good rating. Will you give us a review? Can I share your experience? Boom. And then you rate them as a happy customer, and you can retarget them in the future when you're ready to upsell, when you're ready to scale, when you're ready to re-offer them. So if it's B2C and you offer different products and services, you can then upsell them. Hope this was happy. Again, this is our system. We're using Go High Level. Go High Level is our engine that we use inside of our agencies, inside of our businesses to basically be the brain of the whole entire thing, right? The automation tool. And we've got team members who run that for us. So as the founder, as the CEO, as the leader, I'm not in that every single day, but we have people who do it, and we can help you with that if you need it. Don't stress over that. Just have a phone call. You can talk to our team. They'll help you set it up. All no charge. Don't worry about all that. But what we're trying to do is use new school tools in old school businesses to help us automate, put in technology, and modernize our businesses so that we go faster, outpace the competition, work less, and grow faster. And that's our name of the game. All right, friends, Andy Smith, if we haven't met, longtime business builder, love the intersection of automation, technology, and tools, new school tools, and real businesses that are doing real stuff that are impacting the world. So thanks, friends. Keep rocking. That's it for today. I will see you next time as we try to do more value-added content for you, friends. Take care.